Noah Lyles breaks down. Shocking vulnerability revealed before World Championships. Rivals won't believe what he said. For much of his career, Noah Lyles has spoken of change as a central theme. In 2023, it was the 100-meter gold in Budapest. In 2024, it was the long-sought Olympic individual title in Paris. Now at 28, he has shifted his targets again, declaring that nobody has been able to go world champion Olympics gold, world championships win in the 100. Let's be the first. And now in the days leading into the World Athletics Championships 2025, his timing and delivery struck a different note. For much of his career, Noah Lee has spoken of change as a central theme. In 2023, it was the 100-meter gold in Budapest. In 2024, it was the long-sought Olympic individual title in Paris. Now at 28, he has shifted his targets again, declaring that nobody has been able to go world champion Olympics gold world championships win in the 100. Let's be the first. And now in the days leading into the World Athletics Championships 2025, his timing and delivery struck a different note. He described a process of carefully managing surroundings, recognizing when to separate from home comforts and trusting the cycle that leads to the sport's defining moments. That confidence carries his broader ambitions. As he told Athleta Mag, I want the next generation of great athletes around the world to know that they can fulfill their dreams and ambitions in track and field, both on and off the track. It is not only the chase for medals that drives him, but the sense of setting a wider standard. Yet, in the present, the signal remains clear. Hours before the championships open in Tokyo, his rivals have been reminded that no Joe regards himself as a championship performer. And amid everything, Noah Lyles decided to reshape his 2025 season after injury, shifting his focus from chasing records to ensuring he was ready to win. Injury turned Noah Lyles' 2025 season into a pursuit of victory over records. Noah Lyles entered 2025 with grand ambitions. Yet, the season unfolded in a way that forced him to shift course. An inflamed tendon curtailed his usual spring rhythm and postponed his season debut until July, leaving him with far fewer races than he had ever experienced in a campaign. What might have been a year to pursue records and refine the 200m instead became one in which the target narrowed to a single priority. This year, after the injury, it's truly about getting right to win, he said in Lausanne, summarizing his new focus. The early months of 2025 had carried plans to really put a hammer on the 200, as Lyles explained, believing he had unfinished business from the previous year. Once injury altered the timetable, the world record aspirations receded, replaced by the practical demand of arriving at the championships ready to contend. He admitted that it was an unusual sensation for him, remarking that he had never had a season like this before, where I've had so few races. Rather than dwell on missed opportunities, Lyles chose to view the disruption as constructive. He described the altered schedule as a blessing in disguise, suggesting that while others had endured a lengthy and demanding season, he could conserve energy and sharpen specifically for Tokyo. His confidence remained intact, supported by his conviction that fast times would eventually come. But victory was the only measure that counted in the present campaign. By the time he returned to competition, the sprinting landscape had shifted. Rivals had taken their turns, and the year had become what he called probably my most wild and unexpected. Yet the reigning champion carried forward with clarity, guided less by records or headlines and more by the singular purpose of standing atop the podium once more, and with the evidence of his own words and his season's best. Now time to perfection. The message is unmistakable. He intends to prove it again. In the hushed hours before the world's fastest men converge on the track, Noah Lee once again found himself in the spotlight, not with spikes laced or blocks set, but with words that carried the weight of thunder. The reigning sprint king, whose swagger often matches the speed of his legs, issued what could only be described as a warning disguised as casual confidence. Sitting at the press table, lights flashing and microphones leaning forward. Like curious fans, Lyles leaned back in his chair, folded his arms, and smiled. "I'm not here to chase anyone," he said, his voice smooth yet cutting. "I'm here to make everyone else chase me." The statement, simple and unshaken, rippled across the room. 4 athletes like Elzel, Tobogo, Fred Cully, and Aon Knighton, men eager to etch their names into sprinting history. It wasn't just another bold Lyles quote. It was a declaration that the man they sought to dethrone had already claimed the battlefield in his mind. This is Noah Lyles' gift and curse. Rivals call it arrogance. Fans call it confidence. To Lyles, it's survival. Every great sprinter needs a weapon before the starter's gun. Bolt had his theatrics. Michael Johnson had his golden shoes. And Lyles has his unwavering belief that destiny bends to his stride. Hours before stepping onto the track, he revealed more than just ambition. Training hasn't been about hitting times, he confessed. It's been about sharpening myself to the point where I don't need perfect conditions to win. Hot, cold, rain, wind, none of it matters. The fastest man will still be me. Such words might appear routine, but they contained layers of subtle fire. Rivals depend on perfect starts, flawless execution, and favorable lanes. Lyles in his calm revelation suggested he had stripped away those variables. It wasn't about stars aligning. It was about inevitability. The track world has seen this look before. The narrowed eyes, the relaxed grin, the way he drapes confidence like a cloak. It is the same demeanor that preceded his 200mm dominance and his relentless pursuit of Usain Bolt's aura. Yet this time, on the eve of the championships, there was something sharper, almost surgical. Fans across the globe lit up social media within minutes. "Classic Lyles," one posted. Another wrote, "He doesn't just run races, he runs minds." Indeed, the psychological warfare had already begun, and Lyles seemed determined to force his competitors to carry his words with them onto the track. If sprinting is 90% mental and 10% physical, Noah Lyles had already run the first lap. His revelation was not just a statement. It was a reminder that he thrived when pressure peaked, when the world doubted, and when rivals thought they had narrowed the gap. So, as the stadium prepares to roar and the lanes await their warriors, the subtle warning still hangs in the air. Noah Lyles is not merely racing against men. He is racing to prove that the throne belongs to him and only him. And for his rivals, that revelation may be the most daunting hurdle of all. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next time.